Hey guys, here's a quick little flow, and actuality is probably more of a workshop than anything else. And today in class, we're going to be focusing on strengthening our shoulders in new and different ways. And now you're like, new and different ways, what does she mean by that? What I mean by that is we're just going to be doing some funky, fun movements, some funky, fun transitions back and forth between like wheel and wall push-ups. And you're like, that doesn't sound fun. But it's fun in the yoga sense of it's a new, fun, different way to move your body. It's a new way to build strength. And they are actually kind of fun. And then also we're going to do crow push-ups, and we're going to do subscapular push-ups as well, along with a few other little new ways to move your shoulders and to strengthen your shoulders. And that's why I said this is probably going to be more of a workshop, because we're not going to add them all together in a big long flow. Because if you did that, if you did all these different movements on top of flowing, you would get really fatigued and really tired, and that's not the point of this video. The point of this video was to show you new and fun ways to strengthen. And so we're going to do like 5-10 reps of each little posture, each little movement at most. But however, don't know why I say it like that. However, every single movement that we're doing today are super easy to add into your own personal practice, so you can build extra shoulder strength whenever you want to when you get on your mat. Because doing crow pose and crow push-ups in one class when you're not doing also wheel and wall push-ups is totally fine. Your shoulders aren't going to get super fatigued, right? But if you do crow push-ups and wheel push-ups and double chaturangas and single leg chaturangas all in one class, your shoulders are bound to be, by the end of it, just like so cranky, and you're not going to be happy. So that's why I decided to, like I said, again, to do it more of a workshop format. And we're just going to like very gently flow through the different postures. Like we'll link them all together, taking breaks in between some of the harder ones to recoup and let our shoulders rest before we move on to the next one. Okay? But yeah, integrate these into your own practice and onto your mat if you want to. We'll return to this video whenever you feel like it, if you want to try some new strengthening exercises. And they wouldn't be new to you at that time, but just to return them to them and do them again. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to get started in tabletop position here. So go ahead and make your way to tabletop, hugging your belly button up and in. Elbows, wrists, and shoulders are stacking one on top of the other. Good. And we're going to start out with subscapular push-ups. So take a breath as you exhale. Press your shoulders up towards the sky. Just your shoulders, not your back. And then bring them back down to midline. Inhale, press up. Exhale, back down. Press up, back down. Press up, back down. That's 4. Let's do a total of 10 here. Going at your own pace and your own count. And I know it can go kind of fast sometimes when it comes to counting. So if you want to just be done with your reps when I'm done with my reps and doing as many as you can during my 10 rep interval, you can. That kind of sounds kind of selfish. I'm sorry. I just know I can move kind of fast. Or if you want to rep out all of your 10, you're more than welcome to. I will make a mindful time to pause, a mindful effort to pause in between each little movement so you can catch up if you want. Good. And when you're ready, just meet me back in that tabletop position when you're finished through your 10 reps. Like I said, I'm not trying to be like selfish or toot my own horn when I say I can go kind of fast. I know I go kind of fast. I do a lot of things super fast, and it's much to my own chagrin, and it's kind of a problem. So, yeah, something I gotta work on. So maybe I'll work on that today in class too. Working on slowing down. Good. And from here, let's take our palms and our hands and palms with distance forward here. Tuck our toes and lift up our back knees. High plank. And we're gonna hold this high plank here for a few breaths. Starfishing your hands down the mat, hugging your belly button up and in. A nice long flat back here. Good. Neither your knees can stay high, your knees can go down on the mat if you want, because we're going to do 10 more subscapular push-ups. So as you're ready, begin. Pressing just your shoulder blades up towards the sky before you come back to neutral midline. Pressing up, lowering down. Inhale up, exhale, lower down to neutral. Inhale up, exhale, lower down. Lift it up, lower it down. Lift it up, lower it down. I have 5 left. Whew. 4, lower, 3, lower, 2, lower, 1. Good. And if you're still repping out your 10, go for it. But if you're coming with me because you're done, shift your weight back, downward facing dog. That's where we'll meet up. Then you're down dog, maybe you sway your hips side to side. Maybe you rest in stillness, your choice. And from our downward facing dog, let's take a breath in as you exhale, rock forward, high plank. And inhale, press your hips back towards the sky, downward facing dog. Exhale, rock forward, high plank. Inhale, take it back. 3 more just like that. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, take it back. Then exhale, rock forward. And as you inhale, take it back. Good. And then inhale, rock forward. We're going to do 3 rounds of double chaturanga here. Knees go up or knees go down. Your choice. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale up, high plank. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Inhale up, upward facing dog. Exhale, shift it back. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. That's 1. 2 more. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last 1. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push it back. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Yeah. 5 breaths for yourself here. Finishing up your 3 rounds of double chaturanga. Maybe, if you're still going, maybe you just rest. Good. From here, we're going to hop up to the top of our mat 5 different times. For 5 times total. And you can either land in Malasana when you hop up to the mat, or you can land in forward fold. It's your choice. But while you're hop, make a very mindful effort to try to get your hips as high as you can to get your hips to stack above your shoulders, okay? So let's take a breath in, bending our knees, and as you exhale, hop to the top of your mat. And as you're ready, step back. 4 more. Inhale up, and as you exhale, hop up to the top of your mat. Pausing before you step back. 3 more. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Maybe, or Malasana, your choice, step back. 2 more. Down dog. Inhale up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, hop to the top of your mat. Good. Last one. Step it back. 1 more hop. Trying to land in Malasana this time, because that's where we're going to meet. If you land in forward fold, it's totally okay. You land somewhere in between. Perfectly good too. Just meet me as you're ready in Malasana. So hop up. Maybe you land in your Malasana instantly. Maybe you have to adjust your feet once you get there. Good. And as always in your Malasana, heels point in, toes point out. Both heels go down to the mat. Good. And we're going to take some time to stretch out our shoulders here. So take your right hand, plant it down on your mat, further out, like out past your right toes, and inhale, lift your left hand up. Taking a Malasana with a twist. And you can stay here. Maybe you tuck your left arm back in for your right hip crease, taking a half bind. Or maybe you wrap your right arm around your right leg and your right shin, going for that full bind. Hands coming together to touch, gazing up and over that left shoulder here. And breathe. For 5, 4, maybe you smile, 2, 1. Come out of the pose. Inhale, lift your hands up towards that sky. And as you exhale, plant your left hand down on the mat, out past your left foot, coming into your twist here. And again, half bind if you want it, or maybe you take that full bind. Your choice. Gazing up and over that right shoulder. Breathing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Come back to your Malasana. Take your elbows into your knees, right to the top of your knees. So kind of towards the inside of the bottom of your right thigh, and press, and your left thigh, and press your elbows into your knees. Good. And then go ahead, put your hands on the mat, wiggle walk in towards your Malasana, and arrive into the start of your Malasana. Don't take your feet up off the ground yet. And make a big old bend in your right elbows, okay? And in your left elbows. I don't know why I just keep on saying the right. It's both elbows. Bend your elbows a whole heck of a lot here. Because from here, after we hold our crow for a few breaths, which we're not in yet, we're going to take crow push-ups. And so crow push-ups are easier if you have a really great big bend in your elbows to start. So go ahead, lift your feet up off the mat. Meet me in your crow pose here. Gazing out in front of you and holding. And while you're holding, I'm going to talk to distract you from what we're doing, but also to tell you what's up. So for crow push-ups, what you do is you come from this bent position and you straighten out your arms as much as you can, staying in your crow the entire time. So feet up off the ground, knees glued to the back of your thighs. So go ahead, take a breath in as you exhale, begin to take your crow push-up, extending out your arms, and then lower back down towards the mat as you exhale. Good, try it again. Inhale, straighten, lengthen, exhale, rebend. 3 more, doing a total of 5. Inhale, straighten, lengthen, exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten, lengthen, Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten, lengthen. Exhale, rebend. Good, and then as you're ready, and when you're done, just meet me back in Malasana. Your low yogi squat, taking a second there to shake out your wrists. Woo. I know that can be a lot on your wrists. Okay. Good. And let's do that one more time. Either holding your crow for the entire time, or as long as you want, or doing 5 more of those reps, or as many reps of the crow push-ups as you want, okay? Or if you just want to hang on Malasana, give your shoulders a break, you can. If you've come with me, let's hit it. Crow pose, doing as many reps as you want, 5 at the max. Maybe you do more if you're really feeling it, going as slowly as you want to here. Breathing the entire time. It's okay if a toe touches down the mat to catch you for extra support. If you fall out, went a little too fast there. Going slow, because if you go too fast, that forceful change, you generate a lot of velocity there, a lot of force, and a lot of momentum that can make the pose a lot harder and cause you to fall out. Good, and when you're done, just meet me back in your Malasana, your low yogi squat. Take any sorts of wiggles and rolls in your wrists or your shoulders that you may need. Good, from here, let's take our hands out in front of us, take a breath in as you exhale, plop your bottom down to the mat, and adjust on your mat because we're going to make our way down onto our backs here. So let's take our arms long out in front of us, taking a big breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto your back. Taking your arms long back behind you. Good. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, reach your hands up towards the sky, and as you inhale, drop them back down by your hips. Inhale, lift up towards the sky, and as you exhale, drop them back down behind you. Good, and go ahead, continue to do these big arm sweeping motions here with your arms, going nice and slow with control, focusing on isolating that shoulder joint here. Do one more cycle, meeting me with your hands down by your sides. Good. And then walk your heels up so that way your heels and hands are almost touching. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, press your hips up towards the sky, bridge pose. And then from here, let's take the heart opener. So walk your shoulder blades up underneath you, interlace your hands underneath of your bottom, pressing your pinkies down to the mat as you come into your bridge, magnetizing your knees together here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way back down. If you're like, this is not a new thing, sitting here doing bridges with a heart opener is not a new shoulder strengthener. I know. We're getting warmed up and ready for wheel and wheel push-ups. Okay, that's why I wanted to open up their shoulders a little bit more. So headed towards wheel. Let's go. Take your hands back towards your shoulders. So that way your fingertips are touching towards your shoulders. Take a breath in as you exhale. Press into your hands. Lift and extend out those legs. Lifting your bottom up off the mat. Coming in to your wheel pose. And just like we did with our crow pose, we're going to hold here for a few breaths. Just getting used to this position, getting used to being on wheel, building a ton of strength here. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer together, but mindfully adjust your feet so that way all of your toes are pointing towards the back of your mat. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Either stay here, taking a breath in, or maybe as you exhale, you bend your elbows, lower your head down to the mat so it touches or almost touches, and then extend back out your arms. And there's your push-up. Bend your elbows, lower your head down to the mat so it touches, if not almost touches, and then inhale, straighten out your arms. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Good. Let's see if we can do 10 of these. Yeah, 10. If you don't want to, you don't have to. If you want to stop at any point, you can. And when you're done, come out of your pose slowly and with control, meeting me on your back. So as your feet down the mat. 8. Ooh. And if you heard those cracks and those pops in my shoulders, go ahead, call your knees in towards your chest when you're done and rock side to side. If you heard those pops and those cracks in my shoulders, they're nothing more than pops and cracks. They're like cracking your knuckles, okay? At least for me, that's what they are. They're like cracking my knuckles. A lot of my joints make a lot of noises. My ankles make a lot of noises. My shoulders make a lot of noises. I sprained my ankles a lot when I was playing basketball. And now, with all my inversion work, I've luckily never hurt my shoulders, knocking on wood here, hurt my shoulders. But still, they just make a lot of noise because I use them so much, okay? And so, if you ever hear pops and cracks in your shoulders, come out of the pose, okay, and take a second. Think, was that a knuckle cracking? Was that a different pop? Was that a different crack? Am I hurting anywhere in my shoulder joint right now? Is anything like sending me out warning signs, like, okay, like it's not really hurting yet, but if you did do any more, it's gonna hurt, like we're a little aggravated, okay? Just listen to your shoulders. You have an option to stay here, laying on your back, soles of your feet resting and simply resting. Option to come into your bridge pose. Option to come into your wheel pose, with an option to wheel for more wheel push-ups. So take a breath in as you exhale. Let's go back into whatever pose we want to come into. Maybe it's your wheel, maybe it's your bridge, maybe you want to rest. Because after this, we have one more set of things you want to do. I know. Good. And you can stay here in wheel, like I said, or maybe you do 10 more, or as many more reps of the wheel push-ups as you want. Breathing the entire time. I know these are difficult, the wheel push-ups. Coming out of your wheel whenever you want. And then when you're ready, slowly lower all the way down to your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a great big old hug. And then go take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the soles of your feet down to the mat. Take your arms up towards the sky. We're going to do a Pilates roll up. So take a big breath as you exhale. Roll all the way back up so you come to sit. Good. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to do reverse tabletop, okay? And again, this may not be new to you. You may be an old fan of reverse tabletop. However, I feel like reverse tabletop is a very underlooked way to strengthen your shoulders and really great way to strengthen your shoulders, especially when it comes to prepping for handstands, which this is what all the shoulder strengthening stuff that I'm filming right now is really for, is to help you prep for handstands. So I'm gonna go on a little tangent, grab a sip of water, let your shoulders relax, stretch out your shoulders. This is the last little bit of work we're gonna do, is 2 things in reverse tabletop, okay? So with handstands, like I said, you need super strong shoulders and you need to have a lot of mobility in your shoulders. And you need to be able to move your body, obviously, and balance on your hands. And in crow pose, you're balancing on your hands. In wheel pose, you're kind of balancing on your hands, but not really, but you're getting that big chest opening and opening up your shoulders, which helps with shoulder mobility and shoulder strength. You're also working on proprioception and kind of having the faith in yourself and the confidence in yourself that, hey, when I say I can press up into wheel, I can press up into wheel, right? And same thing with crow. You have the confidence to say, I can lift up into crow. And you need that same confidence when it comes to handstands or any inversions, because shoulder strength and confidence and shoulder mobility is really important in any inversion. So I'm really sharing this video not just for handstands, but for any inversion, because you need to be able to get on your mat and go, you know what, I can do that pose. I know I can lift up into handstand. I know I can kick up into handstand. I know I can press up and lift up into pincha or tripod, or whatever it may be that you're working on, okay? Because you wouldn't come looking for a shoulder strengthening video and shoulder strengthening exercises if you didn't have some sort of goal in mind. So if you have any goals that are not handstands or not inversions, that's okay. Like I said, or like I'm going to say, I haven't said this yet, but like I've said in other videos, I hope this video and these exercises take you a step closer towards reaching your goal, even if it's not related to handstands and it's not related to inversions. Whatever goal that you have that has brought you here to a video of shoulder strengthening exercises, I hope this helps you towards that goal and takes you a step forward, okay? So long tangent over. Let's go ahead and make our way into the tabletop, reverse tabletop here. So let's take the soles of our feet down on the mat. Last little bit of work, like I said. Fingers are pointing back towards your heels here. So your hands are down a little bit past your hips, directly underneath your shoulders, and fingers are pointing up towards the top of your mat, or up towards whatever direction your toes are pointing. And let's take a breath in as you exhale, press into your palms and press into your feet, coming up into your reverse tabletop here. Hugging your belly button up and in. Now you're probably already feeling that deep stretch in your shoulder girdle. I cannot talk right now. It's that anterior aspect, that front aspect, and that's okay. Maybe your wrists are a little bit cranky right now. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down towards the mat. Lift up your hands. Swing them out. Sway them out. Shake them out. Good. And as you're ready, bring your hands back down to the mat. Take a big breath as you exhale. Lift up, reverse tabletop. And you can stay here Or maybe you lower your hips down so they hover, and then you inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down to that hover, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting. Lower, lift. That's 4. Let's do 6 more here for a total of 10. You're also getting some good hip and glute work in here as you lift and lower your hips down, but really your arms are getting a lot of strengthening here as you support your body. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, lower down. Shake out your wrists. Good. And let's just do one more rep of reverse tabletop because we can, okay? And because we did 2 reps of the wheel push-ups, and we did 2 reps of the crow push-ups. So let's do 2 reps of these reverse tabletop pulses. So go ahead, take a breath in as you exhale, lift up. And again, stay here, or maybe you lower down, and then you come back up. Exhale, lower, inhale up. And again, do 8 here. Going for a total of 10 of these. Contracting your glutes, magnetizing your thighs together the entire time here. 5, you got this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead, lower your bottom down towards the mat, shake out your wrist. So one final note on that little thing. You might have noticed sometimes that my hips, my bottom didn't lower directly to a hover above my mat, and that's okay. They might have lifted a little higher. That's totally fine. Just, I gave that cue, lower down to a hover so you would know to really lower your hips down and not hit your mat. So they're staying lifted above your mat, but your hips are really low, okay? So yeah, that's it. Super quick little flow, super quick little workshop. Again, however you want to think about this. And like I've said numerous times throughout this class and in the beginning of class, I wanted to share this with you guys so that way you could learn new fun ways to build shoulder strength and practice those new fun ways right here and right now on your mat. As always, it was an honor to teach, and it was an honor to move and play alongside you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope this takes you a step closer towards the goal you have set for yourself. Yourself. The inner light in me sees and honors that same light that's in you. Namaste.